Boom! There it is. We're back. OCRtv proudly presents the Scars Ferrari Challenge sports car auto racing series, bringing you the 488 at none other than Daytona International Speedway Road Course. Now, something a little different. These Wednesday night races, we're only going to have two casters. Tonight, it's myself, Thomas Morris. We're in the booth. We're bringing you the hot action. Thomas, you ready for this, bud?
Oh, I've been ready. I've been waiting for us to get a chance to tackle some road racing here on OCR TV. So it'll be fun to see how this all shakes out tonight with a nice 45-minute sprint race.
Well, tonight is the night, Thomas. And you know what they say about nighttime? It is indeed.
It might be the right time.
It is indeed the right time.
Depends who you are, I guess.
Well, Thomas, we're joining them live during qualifying. We're going to pop up that qualifying graphic that you have made look so beautiful. Maybe try to catch a car or two here going around the track. And since we're typically biased, we're going to show you the first car. We're going to show you none other than Thomas Fredericks, a OCRtv original, OG triple OG. He's rocking a yellow Ferrari. I'm pretty sure Trading Paints is being a pain in the butt because it is solid yellow.
Yeah, pretty sure he's in the Yingling Ferrari.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. We'll see if we can't get that updated.
Come on, Paints.
Yeah, I've only updated it like 6 times. But in any event, we've got currently on pole, we got Justin, and we're gonna butcher these names until we figure them out.
The knife out.
So bear with us. Give us a week or so. We'll get them right. We got Justin Richardson. He's sitting on pole right now, tentatively. A 1 minute 41.270 second lap time. And then the league owner / admin, Eric Mickey. He's driving the 84 Ferrari. Let's see if we can find him on track. And
he's in the pits.
He is sitting in his pit stall. Kurt Crum sitting P3. Of course, Thomas Fredericks. He's out there running fourth. Your 5th place car, the 18 of Steve Brzezowski. Yeah, I'm kind of upset by these paints. They're all solid
I think
colors.
it's kind of hilarious because your Trading Paints is not working. But if you flip-flop it, Kurt's actually in a yellow Ferrari in his actual paint.
My God, man.
He's in the taxi car special 24-hour lemons beater there. So.
Oh. I don't know that you could ever say, oh, I think our paints have loaded. Because the graffiti on that 18 car is pretty nice. I like that.
Yeah, it looks...
Fight for Happy Cats. Yep. We got Kurt's cab. He is rocking now. I'm not going to lie to you. That's a taxi I would totally ride in.
Pretty quick, judging by the first 2 exhibition races that were held here in Scars. He's won both of them pretty handily.
All right, well, at the top of the show, we mentioned that there's only going to be 2 casters in the booth tonight. It's going to be Thomas Morris as what's going to be our regular Trey Landry had prior commitments with real life and whatnot. So Thomas stepping out of the car with us tonight, but Mr. Morris will most certainly be back in the car next week. Where are we going next week? Do you know?
At the Glen.
At the Glen.
The boot course, of course.
That should be pretty exciting. But I don't know.
Before we get there, we got to do here.
I don't know about you, Thomas, but I'm actually looking forward to seeing some road racing.
Yeah, especially this group. There's a lot of new faces I haven't seen in Scars before, but there's still a core group of guys that all know each other. From Eric, his brother Andrew, Fredericks, Robbie Burgers is in here. Hadn't pointed him out yet. Travis Bennett, the Paperboy. Matt Kingston, he's always good for a spin under caution, even though we won't have one because road races are green on iRacing. But a core group of guys. Then you've got some of the new blood in here that's trying to, make a name for themselves. So it should be interesting to see how it all unfolds. It is a 45-minute sprint race, but there is 1 pit stop required because you only get half a tank of fuel.
Oh. Well, there you go. Spicing it up.
It was a happy accident by the league owner there, Eric Mickey. He forgot to fill the car up with fuel the first time because of the baseline only comes with half fuel. Next thing you know, we've got a race on our hands, and it adds a little bit of strategy when instead of just riding around for 45 minutes.
Yeah, personally, I like the idea that it's going to force somebody to have to come down pit road under green. You know, we love seeing that on the oval side of things. I think it's kind of I think it should be a requirement here on the road side.
And it's not just as simple as coming down, slapping 4 tires on, and filling it up. Oh, no, 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 no.
No,
There
no.
are no tires taken because
Oh.
that's just going to slow you down. And fuel, you're going to need around 5 to maybe 7 gallons, depending on how heavy your foot is.
Okay.
But because we're not limiting fuel, it's just what the setup came with it. The car will actually fill itself all the way up if you let it.
Oh,
So, as
gotta be
Eric Mickey
mindful.
found out at Road America, that's going to cost you about 45 seconds. So you don't want to do that.
No, you most certainly do not want to do that. We've got
So I mean, it's not in your favor, but if you don't pay attention, it could catch you off guard.
Now we'll say this: we are using a previously compiled set of cameras with a few tweaks, but we have more camera buttons tonight than I've ever seen since we've been doing this. So you probably may not see the same one twice, but we're gonna rock it out.
It was cycling through pretty good there.
Yeah, we've got static cameras, we've got dynamic camera, we've got random cameras, we got spotter cams, we got pit lane cams, we got nose, gearbox, we got blimps, we got choppers. Hell, we even got a screenshot cam.
It's Ferris wheel.
Yeah.
But that's not hard to get, depending on how iRacing wants to be.
Now, one thing I want to call attention to while we're riding on the end car of Andrew Mickey right now is the rear view mirror is actually a video camera.
Yeah, both, well, if you're new to iRacing, these cars just launched in the service about, 2 weeks ago? Both cars have the rear view mirror as a monitor. The Ferrari's a little bit smaller than the Ford. The Ford's like a 62-inch plasma. But the Ferrari, it's got the normal camera, which is really awesome. You can actually turn your virtual mirror off and just rely on that to see the cars. Doesn't do the old fancy arrows pointing where everybody's at and stuff, but it's good enough to see behind you.
Yeah, if all things go according to plan, you'll be looking in that thing holding the competitors off of you.
Yeah, or you're gonna look at it a lot, waving them by, depending on who you are.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. All right, looks like we've got maybe about 5 more minutes left in qualifying, if I'm not mistaken.
It would appear so. Also noticing, it looks like all the cars have the blue light in it to shine back across the helmet, like from behind to look at the dashboard. It looks pretty cool.
It does indeed look pretty cool. As we see the glow of it right there.
I saw just a little hint of it on the when you were on that camera with Andrew.
We'll hop on board with Dan Garber here.
Oh, it would appear we don't have 5 minutes left in qualifying, Mr. James.
Oh.
I believe Eric Mickey started us a little bit sooner than normal.
Well, hey, it's one of those things. Maybe trying to get a driver's meeting in. You never know.
Yeah, I believe practice should have been 45 minutes. I'm no mathematician here, Wendell, but 40 plus 15 does not equal.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm definitely no mathematician.
I mean, I'm a turnologist, but
that's actually true. We know that to be fact from our oval side of things.
There's a lot more turns here too.
Yeah, we're gonna throw up the qualifying results for you. You'll be able to run through that. We'll read you through it with the start of the grid here momentarily, but for now, this is what you got. It looks like, Thomas, we've got, I believe, 17 competitors here for this this inaugural race of the Scars Ferrari Challenge.
It looks like we had one join here during qualifying, Mr. JD there in the 19 machine, looking to sneak in here at the end. So it's a solid field here for the first outing.
Indeed.
I think you just mentioned the word Ferrari, and you should have plenty of people lining up. But
you would think,
fixed setup, so it takes a lot of pressure off you. Just show up and run what iRacing gave you. So
run what you brung. is most certainly a thing, if you will.
And you will notice not everyone has a team name by their name because some people did not, hand over their team information. So we're still waiting to see what they want to be called. Maybe they want to go in with another team. There's still spots open. I'm not sure how Eric set up the number of team cars per team, but I'm sure there's still some spots to move around, or maybe you want to do your own thing. If you do, let us know so I can fill in your information.
Indeed. Well, looks like we're going to sit in this holding pattern while what I believe is the drivers' meeting takes place.
Should be going to grid any moment.
So, drivers' meeting has taken place. I believe that is the grid. And we do indeed have ourselves a grid. Well, Morris, I don't know about you. It's been a long time since I've been able to do this. Let's hit him with it. Boom. We got Justin Richardson. He's sitting on pole. He's driving the 13 car for Positive Sim Racing with Kurt Crum rolling off P2 and my favorite number, the 11, for Quick But Thick Racing. Hey.
Yeah, I think that might be a favorite number of yours. Rolling off P3, as we mentioned, league owner and admin Eric Mickey, and to his outside, Thomas Fredericks, who's always exciting to watch come down pit lane.
Indeed, we'll keep an eye on him, if you remind me. Fifth place belongs to, and this is one of those names we're going to get wrong, but I'm going to go with Joe Oliveira. Let me know if I butchered that. We'll get that right at some point. He's starting fifth in the 48 car for Olive 3 Racing. And then we got Darwin Meats?
Meats, I think, would be American.
We're going to go with that. Meats or Mints? We'll have to get clarification on that. But he's rolling off P6 tonight in the 73 car.
Rolling off P7 in the 18 car. We all know that's a famous number. On the oval side, not so much on the road. Stephen Browski is what we're going to say. And then P8 in the 03. There's another kind of Ganassi number there, but not in the Ferrari series. Brian Son.
All right, ninth.
I'm sorry, P8 too.
No problem. Ninth position belongs to Dan Garber. He's driving the 14 car tonight with our favorite Canadian, Matt Kingston, rolling the 33 Ferrari for Pinnacle Racing.
Oh, boy, that's going to be a big bill.
Yeah.
Rolling off P11 in the 54. Eamon Johnson and Adam, is that Doc? Rolling off P12. I didn't move the screens around before we do this again, Wendell.
13th and 14th belongs to Eric's brother, Andrew Mickey. I almost messed that up. Well, I did. And then 14th belonging to Robbie Burgess of RB Motorsports.
Now, rolling off P15 in the 45 machine, I'm not even going to tackle the last name, but it's Valerie. You want to try it, Wendell?
I'm going to go with Valery Vodix. I don't know. We'll get clarification on that as well.
I did the Google Translate on that one. And on his outside, Travis Bennett, the paperboy, roll P16.
And your last car in the field, J.D. Snyder in the 19th, latecomer to the race, but hopefully we'll see him make his way to the front of the grid.
All right, pace car's off. Looks like Justin's already gone. Big jump for the pole sitter there. Everyone's should try and cycle through pretty single files. Eric Mickey's going to make a liar of me driving to the inside of Fredericks.
We got a gaggle of them behind there. Their nose to tail all the way through the field so far.
And now for anyone who's not aware, these are the iRacing's version of the GTE cars. So there's no ABS, but you have 2 levels of traction control, so that kind of gives you a little leeway that way, but you got to be real careful under braking in these cars.
Indeed, no. Looks like so far so good. No issues as of yet. And this is one of the benefits of league racing, Thomas, if you may or may not agree. But you know you're going to be racing with these guys every week, so there's no need to push the issue first lap of the first race.
especially with it being the first race of what looks to be an 18-round season. So it's a fixed series, so you might be good this week and then not be able to figure it out the next week. So you might want to make friends early. And we're already seeing one of the traits of Daytona here, as we saw Kurt drive right up to the back of Justin there down the straightaways. The leader's kind of a sitting duck, as we know, Wendell. Just like if you run the full oval here on the NASCAR side, you just kind of helpless out front. The guy behind you can just draft up and blow your doors off.
Yeah, we're watching him there as he comes through the oval turn 4. He sucks right up to the back of that leader.
Not even probably going to get to lead this lap after starting from the pole and getting such a huge jump. Oh, yeah, looks like they gave him credit. Boy, that was within inches already. Kurt turns in right on his door.
Does indeed, and Eric Mickey right on the back bumper of Kurt there.
From what I understand, Wendell, these three guys, hard racers, very clean racers with each other. This Kurt locks up going into the International Horseshoe.
Does Eric not able to capitalize right away, but we got 42 minutes left of racing, so we got quite a bit of time to set him up and make his move.
Ooh, as the leader locks up a little bit there too. This one of those things. These tires are so picky, and with this being a fixed series, unfortunately, since this is not a fixed series in the iRacing officials, you cannot adjust brake bias of these cars, which is it's one of the things that really grinds my gears. You'll say, Wendell, because I know it's a fixed series, but the brake bias is a huge help to your driving style, and it can really bring your lap times down, or just kind of put you in the ballpark if you can move that around.
Yeah, for sure. Well, back here in the field, we got Steve Brzezowski. He's in the 18 car. He's right up on the back of Dan Garber in the 14. He got a run
there.
Yeah, he got a run out of that corner. Pulled a little bit of draft off of him, but gonna outbrake him into the.
No, he's not. He's gonna outbrake himself.
And he is gonna hit the wall down there through the bus stop.
Not too hard though, from what I'm seeing. Should be able to manage that. That wing's a little askew, so that's probably gonna be a long night for him.
Well, rather unfortunate, but
you just talked about it too, though, Wendell. I mean, still 40 minutes left. Why?
It's 3 wide down the front straightaway.
It's for 3 wide.
Yeah, it's great.
I mean, if you can make it stick, it's great. Little grass on entry there. Of course, they had to be 3 wide with our favorite Canadian.
Yeah, it looks like Adam Dock, the winner in that situation, the 23 car. He makes his way through around, mind you, the other two.
Kind of caught me off guard. I was just looking through the cars and I'm like, man, where's all that yellow coming from? I was like, oh, GT headlights. Completely forgot about that.
Yep, most certainly.
I will tell you that that corner that Adam and Matt and all those guys are going through right now, probably one of the toughest corners in the infield because it's off camber and just not in your favor for braking at all. It just seems much tighter on radius going in than you feel like, and it tends to get dirty awful quick.
Yeah, the update with the dynamic tracks now allow dirt to build up on the track, and when you cut that corner, drop a wheel every now and then, it'll kick a little dirt up there for you.
Now, while we were watching that battle, looks like something's happened to Kurt here, back to P6. If I can get an update on what happened to him as we're going through the rest of the cars there. Oh, had a little problem in the bus stop. That's unfortunate. Oh, broke himself there and went through the grass. Went on to save from spinning out. So that cost him probably 2 seconds and a slowdown penalty. Mickey looking to the outside there, trying to take the lead. Not going to get it done that time. So we've got Darwin all over the back of Thomas Fredericks there. I think Fredericks is going to pull over and let him go. Smart move this early.
Indeed, and Eric Mickey all over the back bumper of that 13 of Justin. You know, Thomas, you and I are no strangers to the fact that Mickey is pretty good on these road courses.
Oh yeah, I mean he's the man to beat, even on the oval side, but especially on the road. If he's got a good consistent night going, you can pretty much pencil him in for the victory, or at least knocking the door down for it. So I'm sure he's made sure he doesn't make the mistake that he had in testing at Road America with filling the car up with fuel and taking the tires off. So he should be good to go tonight. I think one thing we didn't hit on in the pre-race here is, or during qualifying, is you kind of just want to stay with this pack until the pit stops happen, because there's really no point in trying to blitz the field here if you can't get out in the draft. Just stick with them, make your pit stop, try and make a better pit stop. Then that way you can drive away from the field at that point, because that's when you're on light fuel. The car's gonna be driving a lot better. So, make your move then, not just burn your tires off here in the first 20 minutes.
Indeed, and it looks like the race on track right now, Thomas, is between the 1423 and I believe the 03 Brian Son. No, maybe not. Let's
Nope,
try that
Matt
again.
Kingston, 33. They're both in the same car, I believe, between Kingston and Adam.
Oh,
and
you are 100% correct.
Maybe someone should have checked his folder sooner when I sent the file, Wendell.
Yeah, we'll have to beat
our
that
Canadian
into
doesn't have the best internet. So. Well, looks
no,
like,
it's Amon Johnson.
54 making the move.
Yeah, he was trying to make the move down on the bottom there.
Might cost him a spot to Andrew here, though, on the
Almost.
inside.
Yep, that is going to allow Andrew to get position on him here.
Don't look now. The often dark horse of the any league he's in, Robbie Berger's rolling back there in P13, just waiting for these guys to make a mistake.
Indeed.
Starts a little dirt thrown up there in a couple of those corners. That can lead for some surprises when you come back around and didn't know there was some dirt being laid down. Looks like Eric has gotten around Justin for the lead here.
Did
in a draft session, I'm sure.
Yeah, and Justin's still right there on his back bumper. And coming through the bus stop looked like Eric got through there a little bit better than the 13 car, but like you said, with this draft here in Daytona, he'll be able to catch right back up before they get to the start finish line.
Yeah, it looked like the 13 maybe had to burn one of those X's there to keep up with him on the exit. Something we didn't mention either is there is a 16X limit, so it's shouldn't be a big issue here. It's only a 45-minute race, shouldn't have that many X's, but something to keep track of if you get a 4X and then maybe are a little sloppy through the bus stop.
Oh, as Mickey gets a little bit of tire smoke there.
Speaking of sloppy.
Yeah. But Justin able to check up, probably slowed his forward progress down just a little bit, but no harm, no foul. Or as our buddy Trey would say, no blood, no foul.
Very true, very true. Looking at the times of these guys, it's just, I know it's a fixed setup, but within tenths of each other, the top 3 or 4. So it's going to be hard to make up any ground now once you've fallen out of that draft.
Thomas, we're going to go back here to the battle between Eric Mickey and Dan Garber. This is, there's about 6 cars here within a second of each other, second and a half. This looks like the best battle on track currently.
Well, it's just another benefit of league racing, right? You get all these guys together. They're fairly competent, unlike you might see in an official race where people just want to get to the front and knock you out of the way. So these guys know their abilities, know that they can race around these guys, and try and mix it up. Like I said, it's a great battle, probably one of the best on track at the moment. I mean, really, you've got from Robbie all the way up to Matt Kingston, all within a bubble of each other that, that could turn into a gaggle in a minute. You know how much we love gaggles.
Gaggles.
Gaggle your Google.
I am a big fan of gaggles, by the way. In case you were wondering.
Well, just to cap it off, we do have 3 WeatherTech cars in this field, as Travis Bennett is also in a WeatherTech car back in P15 at the moment. He's a big road racing fan, so I'm sure he's looking to progress as the season goes along, as he's new to the service.
All right, now, Thomas, we haven't talked about him a lot yet, mostly because it's 10 minutes into the first race. But we got Thomas Fredericks up here in the 32 in that Yingling car. He's running P4 currently, real quiet. Hasn't made a whole lot of noise yet, but
Haven't been to pin lane yet either.
Very true. What can we be looking for from this guy?
I honestly think he's in the like I talked about earlier. Just kind of get to the window of pit stops, and then see what he can do from there. I know he's trying to hang with Darwin here. Actually, they're running pretty similar, and not that far off the leaders. Maybe a tenth. Sometimes a tenth faster, sometimes a tenth slower. You know, Fredericks is pretty even-headed throughout a race. So I think he's probably just gonna, as he gets to the bus stop, really good that lap. Probably just gonna try and bide his time and see what he can do. I'm not sure if he's gonna run the whole season. I believe he's alternating this car with another road legend, Ron, who when he shows up, that's another one we're gonna look out for. That's possibly gonna stink up the show when he gets in. But other than that, I don't know. I'd say it's up in the air to anybody. It's the first race of the season. You look at it now, you'd say Eric and Justin are pretty stout, but you know, it's still a long way to go.
Indeed. You know, and these Ferraris look like a lot of fun to drive, Thomas. I haven't had the pleasure of piloting one yet, but may have to give it a go.
It's kind of incredible. I mean, I know it's a GTE car, which means it's a refined race car. It's not just a street racing car. But the amount of corner grip in these cars is unbelievable. The braking, like I said, you know, it's no ABS. If you're used to driving GT3, you're going to be like, whoa, this is different. But once you get your feel down for that, the mid-corner grip is unbelievable. And then obviously the drive-off with 2 levels of traction control with a lateral and just your normal, you know, wheel spin traction control. It's pretty crazy.
Indeed.
I'll say I am a bigger fan of the Ford as Andrew Mickey runs wide through there. Not able to lose that spot. That was a 54 jump sideways on exit. Actually might cost him a spot here to the 14. I say I might actually prefer the Ford, just a little bit better window, but you know, it's just preference. They're both pretty much the same speed car.
Right.
As there is a BOP balance of performance in these cars in real life. So iRacing tried to match that as best they could. Plus, the Ford has a 62-inch plasma, so you can flop on like a DVD or something while you're racing and just watch it in the mirror.
Yeah, hit autopilot. We're good to wait. That's Tesla.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of sounds like a Tesla, but a little bit better.
I can see that. We got Dan Garber and Robbie Burgess. They're doing battle right now. Robbie in the 22, Dan in the 14. Robbie got that little bit of draft on him. He's going to try to carry that into the bus, down the front straightaway.
There's a bus stop somewhere, but that's later on.
Yeah. A little further ahead.
I'm going to have to give these guys an attaboy so far. No one was Andrew Mickey in the 40s. What's that?
The 54 and the 54, 86 making contact there.
Ford looking like he's going to stay out of the way, maybe let traffic get through. Saw that happening just in front of that. Looks like he may have dove it in. Got to catch a better look. Ooh, yeah, Andrew Mickey was not on the brakes too good there, and the 54 kind of stuck it in there and just couldn't get it turned underneath him, it looks like.
Yeah. Rather unfortunate, but...
Unfortunately, a bigger hit for the 54 than the 86. So. Kind of took himself out in the process, I guess, to ensure he didn't get anyone else.
All right. Well, we've got Justin Richardson back out in the lead out front. P2 belongs to Eric Mickey. Third is going to belong to the 73 of Darwin. We're going to say Meats for now until we figure out exactly what it is. Fourth place belongs to none other than Thomas Fredericks. And rounding out your top 5. Rounding out your top 5 is going to be Kurt Crum in the 11 car.
It's really a shame in this Series 2 window. There's no cautions for... I mean, I guess it's great if you're in the car because it takes forever to run cautions here on iRacing under a big track like this. But if you make a mistake, that's kind of it. You're not really going to get that back unless you have some ungodly pace. And I'm not seeing any extra pace out of Kurt tonight, so it looks like he's going to have to really hustle to catch these guys in front of him.
Yeah.
Although, I mean, he's slowly reeled them in, but he's already 7 seconds off the leaders, so.
And we're looking to bring you the closest battle on track. Looks like this is going to be it right now. Adam Dock in the 23, Matt Kingston in the 33.
Looks like also the 03 part of that too. Looks like they're catching him. 43.1 from the 03 last lap, and a 42.8 and a 42.2 from Matt Kingston last lap. Oh, someone found some pace in that WeatherTech machine.
Indeed.
Let's hope his internet can hold out. I know he loves to run these races, but he seems to get the boot about halfway through them.
Oh. Well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, it was really unfortunate Texas when he lagged out, and it actually shot his car through the field as he lagged out.
Damn. Yeah, I do recall that, but
Little predictive netcode. Well, like I said, though, Eric Mickey not letting Justin get away from him here. Still running. Both these guys still down to 141s. No one else matching that pace last lap. Looks like everybody's back in the 42s. Kurt's in the low 42s, but nowhere near a 141.5.
and these two are battling it out. Pretty much have since the beginning of the race.
Yeah, they're not pulling over. I mean, they're not just gonna. Despite what I said about riding to the pit stop, I think Eric Mickey said, "Nah, I actually want to get a piece of this." Just not a piece of the car. Right? He just wants a piece of the lead, not to actually get a piece of the 13.
And Eric gonna make the look on the outside coming to the bus stop. Thought a second time about it. He's gonna fall back in line.
I think for a lot of these guys, Wendell, we've turned. I'm pretty sure I can assume that everyone here has probably ran the endurance series here, probably a couple of 24-hour races, and if you've done that, you can almost close your eyes and get around Daytona because it's not the most difficult track, especially since we're running the baseline and the downforce is not completely dialed out of the car like you can normally run here. So I don't think it's ultra challenging for people. I think the biggest thing is just not overdriving the major braking zones like turn 1 and then into the horseshoes, both of them. Then obviously the bus stop is your biggest thing to get right, so you can carry that momentum all the way down this front stretch. So it looks like Kurt's definitely gotten closer to Fredericks and Darwin this time, as he's maybe get within a second and a half, he can start sniffing that draft.
Yeah, Kurt driving Kurt's cab. The 11 car there. Running the taxi scheme. I actually really like that car.
You know, it was actually it was made in I guess you'd say not a bet, but just kind of like, hey, I know you think you could do this, could you? And I was like, sure, I'll give it a shot. So Kurt wanted the taxi. That's kind of weird, but like I said, it's the backstory of his kind of like a beater or a 24 hours of lemons kind of car. Wendell, I know we're kind of big fans of that series. So
yeah.
he wanted on a Ferrari. I'm sure Ferrari enthusiasts are probably rolling over in their graves, but you know what? It's 2017. You should lighten up a little bit.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's a turbocharged Ferrari anyway, and people
what's
kind
not
of
to
bitch
like?
about that. So, well, people want the non-turbo versions back
they should.
because it sounded better.
Well,
Which I'll
they
give
should
them.
probably go buy one then.
The sounds aren't the best in a turbo car, but you know what? You get the hell of a race car with the turbos.
Very true.
On the box